Anal glands. This yummy topic really needs some stage time and attention because there are a lot of misconceptions out there, let it be parents, groomers, or veterinarians. So I did some research and I want you to get a little bit of wider understanding of why to do stuff and why to avoid stuff around anal glands. So let's talk about the general approach I follow to anal glands. Have the anal glands checked out by your vet on a wellness checkup. It's absolutely fine to have them checked out, as long as it's only a checkup. Oftentimes, still a routine expression goes underway whenever you just leave your doggy somewhere, let it be a groomer or a veterinary office. So make sure you put your foot down and request a checkout only for the anal glands. Groomers can detect issues as well, but for diagnosis, veterinary expertise is required. So in case your groomer checks your doggy's anal glands and say like, hey, something is going on, the anal glands are a little bit bigger, or the doggy is having a little bit of discomfort while I'm dealing or palpating that area from the outside, then she's not supposed to express the anal glands, but to advise you to go to a veterinarian. So it's very, very important to make sure it's not because we want you to pay an extra office visit at the vet. It's because the anal glands, whenever something is going on with them, it needs a veterinary attention. Whenever we just express them, we can aggravate the problem, create new ones, and we still have no idea what the root cause is for the situation. So a vet visit is necessary whenever something's going on with the anal glands. Do not get them expressed regularly. Routine anal gland expression is still alive and it's an old-fashioned grooming practice, so ask for not getting it done. Again, it's really, really important for you to understand that whenever you go to a grooming salon, veterinary office, whatnot, you don't know their routine. You need to ask about what's going on and what are their rules. Because most of the rules, they are writing the rules. Most of the time, they are writing their rules. So you want to ask questions, how they go about this, how they go about that, and let them know what your preferences are, because we always can do that. And in case they are on board with that, fine. In case they are not, then grab your dog and run. Because in case you are getting into conflicts, which you can't resolve by then while you are just talking about it, it's not going to end well, I promise. So, with proper diets and formed stool, your doggy will express them naturally without any issue. Now, the way doggies go about it is whenever they poop, in case the stool is solid enough, then they're going to express the anal glands naturally, leaving a unique doggy business card on the ground for you to pick up, or for me, in case it's my doggy. So, we really need to make sure that we let them go about the natural way. And when something comes up, we figure out what the root cause is and try out a few solutions before we would go ahead and just get them expressed right away. For further reading and watching, I have a veterinarian's opinion on the anal glands and issues and resolution. His name is Dr. Peter Dobius. He's a Canadian veterinarian, and he has an amazing website, and I really, really like how he approaches anal gland issues, and I love the suggestions what he offers to resolve these. So I highly recommend to check out his website. The link will be included in the description. I wanted to share the way I approach anal glands and a few guidelines for groomers and procedures by the Pet Industry Federation from the United Kingdom. Let's take a look. Guidance for groomers and procedures. Whilst the grooming industry is unregulated, dog groomers are still required to work within the confines of the law. The British Dog Groomers Association has reviewed existing legislation and consulted with external professional bodies, including the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons, in order to offer members the following recommendations over certain procedures. Anal glands. A vet should first identify whether a dog needs regular expression of the anal glands and advise how frequently it should be done by a competent person to avoid unnecessary forceful squeezing of anal sacs that don't need emptying. Internal expression of the paraanal sacs involves entering the body cavity, which is the practice of veterinary surgery, and can therefore only be carried out by a veterinary surgeon of student or registered veterinary nurses working under the direction of their veterinary surgeon employer. Members are advised only to undertake external expression of anal glands if this has previously been demonstrated to them by a veterinary surgeon and only on the advice of an individual dog's veterinary surgeon. If there appears to be a problem with the anal sac, groomers should not carry out the procedure and advise the customer visits a vet. The groomer should not attempt internal expression of the paraanal sacs. Groomers wishing to offer external anal glands expression should check with their insurer whether they are covered for carrying out this procedure. This is important in the event of a health problem occurring and the procedure being implicated. I really like this approach because and these details because it just covers all the issues which may arise and all the issues and perspectives we need to put into thought before we would actually jump on a doggy and express anal glands. So I follow these guidelines. And whenever something comes up with the doggy or the doggy parent reports that the doggy is scooting or chewing around the back there, we talk about frequency and I check the skin around there and the coat and whether there are any mats or tangles already developing or how the skin looks, how the anal sacs look on the back, and we discuss what's next. 99% of the time, it's a trip to the vet to figure out what's going on. Because oftentimes oftentimes it can get resolved with minor interventions, like giving the doggy a little bit more fiber in the diet. So their whole system can be more healthy, their poop will be more solid, and they can express the anal glands, no problem, no issue. And we can get the peace of mind that, okay, the doggy is fine, the doggy got the attention from a veterinarian, and then we can go about our lives stink-free.